Hello YouTube, Tim back with you again. And today I'd like to talk to you about a really important subject if you're hiking, backpacking, or going out in the wilderness. And what that is water purification. If you don't take the right steps to mitigate that problem, then you will pay for it severely. And if you stick with me, I'll show you how I get around that issue. Camping and hiking, and water purification is very important. And I used to use a first need purifier, which was a relatively cheap filter unit, about 50 bucks, and you could buy a new replacement filter for it, but it was a little bit bulky, and but it worked. It kept us safe and it kept us from getting sick. The two things you're trying to avoid in the water is cryptosporidium and giardia, either which, if you get them, are going to cause you to spend 4 to 6 weeks, a lot of time in your bathroom. It's not a good time, it's not fun. But anyway, the way I get around it is I rely on Katadyn products. And I have a couple. My first one that I carry in my everyday carry bag is a Hiker Pro, which is a small plastic unit with a glass fiber filter inside of it. Both Katadyn filters I have go down to 0.02 micron purification of the water. But you know, you want to use your common sense when you're using a water purifier and get as clean a water as you can find to take into your unit, and that's going to make your filter last a lot longer. This Hiker Pro will last about 200 gallons or more, a little more, especially if you get a good water source. But you know, if you got a bad water source, it's not going to last you as long. All the Katadyns have the same input hoses, and it's got a screen microfilter that sits in the water, and it's got a little float on it, and you float that in the water, and what that does is it keeps your filter off the bottom, so you're not trying to suck in a bunch of sediment and trash off the bottom of your water source. So that really comes in handy and helps. This is an easy filter to change. Like I said, it's a 0.02 micron filter, but this is glass fiber, and one of these replacement filters will cost you about $50. One thing Katadyn does to help you out is they put a screen around your filter itself, and also what that does is protects this little screen that they put inside. That's a fibrous material that wraps around your filter and will catch any small sediment or debris that does come up through the input hose, and that helps keep your filter a lot cleaner. Like I said, 200 gallons, it's going to last you a long time. You think about it, 200 gallons of water, that's a lot of water. One of these replacement filters, about $50. Not a big deal. One thing you have to do is you must keep your output hose that goes to your bottle or your Camelback or whatever separate. Keep it in a bag, because your input hose is down in the water that you're purifying from. You don't want that hose to come in contact with this hose or with anything that you're putting water in, because that's just going to pass the contaminants right on into your drinking water. So always make sure you keep your hose in a separate bag, and make sure it always stays dry from the input hose from your water source that you're trying to purify from. This also comes with a fitting that I can take my Camelback on my EDC bag, and I can just pull the bite valve off where I drink from, and I connect this fitting straight to the output hose of the Hiker Pro, and then I put it on the bite fitting hose that goes on my Camelback, and I don't even have to open my EDC bag to fill my Camelback up. I just hook this up, I pump it, and I've got up to 1.5 liters. I usually carry about 1 liter just for weight purposes. But I can pump my Camelback right up with this, and it makes life a lot easier. The second unit that I have is, let's say, a little more gung-ho. This is called a Katadyn pocket filter. And I don't know why they call this a pocket filter, because you're not sticking this in your pocket. This is a good sized filter. All Katadyn products are Swiss made, very high quality. This one is aircraft aluminum and it's got a plastic sheath on it that works really well. The difference between the two filters is this is a ceramic filter and the other one is a glass fiber. This filter, the ceramic, will cost you a lot more money to replace. The Hiker Pro unit is $50 for a filter replacement and the unit costs about $70. You can get them at Amazon. You can also get this at Amazon. This is the pocket filter and this is about a little shy, $30 shy of $400. The difference of the two units is this has a ceramic filter. That one will do 200 gallons before you need to start looking at ordering a filter replacement for it. The pocket filter will do 13,000 gallons, and this is a ceramic filter inside, and they give you some Scotch-Brite pads right here and a silicone lubricant that you can hook to your hoses to make them slide on fittings easier and also to make sure that your handle stays good. Both of these can pump about 1 liter of water in about a minute. It's about 48 pumps and you got 1 liter of water. So I can fill my entire Camelback almost totally with 48, 55 pumps of this filter. This also comes with a measuring device. It's a little plastic piece that you hook on here and it will show you whether your filter is wearing down or not. Once it gets to the point that little measuring device just slides over and back and over and back, then it's time to replace your filter. Honestly, I've not priced a replacement for this filter because 13,000 gallons, this is probably going to last me the rest of my life. But anyway, that's how I keep my water pure when I'm backpacking and hiking, and I suggest you do the same because you do not want Cryptosporidium or Giardia in your life, trust me. And it's real easy to do, it's easy to take care of, it's not a big deal. This is an expensive filter and I always tell a good joke about it is my neighbors always say, well, we lose power, we lose this, we lose that in hurricanes and stuff. But you always stay home. I say, yeah, I always stay here. I've got all the equipment I need. And they say, well, what if you lose water? I said, well, then I'll be out at the swimming pool. And they said, what, are you going swimming? I said, no, I'll be pumping water out of the pool and selling it for $1 a gallon. But that's just a nice little joke I like to tell around the neighborhood. But anyway, Katadyn products are very good. The Hiker Pro is hard to beat, $70 for the total unit. And it works really well, and like I said, depending on your water source is how long your filters are going to last. If you have a fairly clean, good moving stream, and you use the float and the microscreen filter, then your filter is going to last a long time. But anyway, I just want to share that with you guys. The alternative is not fun. So anyway, keep your water clean, keep yourself safe, and I will talk to you guys later. Take care.